I'm here very fortunately speaking with Dean Dr. Sanjeev Khagram, who's made an amazing amount of progress in just 4 short years. I can't believe where the school was just a few years ago. And here we are, 75th anniversary, full of new students, full of technology, full of innovation, full of ideas, 100 million learner initiative, new building. Dean Khagram, this week must feel like a whirlwind. It must feel like a true lifetime accomplishment. It must give you just so much joy and pleasure to have gone on this journey and now to be at the pinnacle. What could possibly be left? I'm sure you've got a few things left. Congratulations on all the progress. Thunderbird School of Global Management has just come so far under your leadership. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Doug. First of all, I got to say, it has happened because of incredible partners like you in the Global Chamber. From day one, you welcomed me and us, and we began this journey together. And as I always say, you know, global and unstoppable, we're all in. We're all in with the Chamber. You know, we love it, and we love that Thunderbird and the Chamber are continuing our, journey together going forward. It has been an incredible 4 years. Doug, we all know, and certainly our listeners and viewers know that it's been a hard time for everyone all over the world, starting with the pandemic. Obviously, even before that, things were not going so well in the world and the planet. The pandemic only made things more complicated, complex, and challenging. And then we know what's happening more recently in terms of geopolitical tensions and so forth and so on. So in that set of challenges and intensities of what's happening, we hope that what we've been able to do at Thunderbird, accomplish as Thunderbird, serves as some inspiration, some hope that great things can happen, that when people come together from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different cultures, willing to work together, collaborate, innovate together, work hard, be compassionate and passionate, that great things can happen. And so it has been arguably the greatest turnaround in higher education history. It's been an entire team, family, village effort, from our partners like the Chamber to our faculty, students and staff, to our partners across Arizona State universities, to our alumni around the world. So this week is a week of celebration. And we Thunderbirds, like Global Chamber folks, like to have joy and celebration, so that we have that in common as well. But then we're back to work to serve and try to make the world a better place, to advance our vision, as you know, which is a world of sustainable and equitable prosperity and peace.
Fantastic, and we certainly share those visions. Who could have imagined a Ugandan refugee would have all of the experiences that you've had and then be there available at the right moment with your information and your knowledge and your expertise about business and trade and education and inclusivity and sustainability and basic decency that you have, and then to be able to pull all that together into taking a challenging situation and making it just so fruitful for so many people. So congratulations on that. I don't want to miss that point, that many people who may be not as familiar with Thunderbird as you and I, so that they recognize the progress that you've made. What's left, other than maybe going to Disneyland next week, or whatever you're going to do to relax? You've got a vision for the school, and it includes the centers of excellence. It includes the 100 million learner initiative. It includes so many things to continue to make the progress now that you've built the platform.
Yeah, I mean, look, we have, as you've listed them out, we have this brand new incredible global headquarters that we're finally formally opening this week with a great naming ceremony. Francis and Dion Majafi are great alums that really have been incredible partners and supporters, leaders. We have our 20 centers of excellence around the world that will grow to 30 over the next year and a half or so when we finish our 5-year plan. We're launching, programs, quasi campuses, I would put it in Japan, in China, hopefully soon in the Middle East and all around the world connected to those centers. And then we have the 100 Million Learners Initiative. And that's probably the best place to end in terms of the future. What could be more transformative than reaching 100 million learners around the world with 3 offerings, one for the global majority, one for undergraduates, one for graduate students and above, all at no cost, fully scholarshiped, 40 different languages, 100% on demand. That's our focus for the next 10 years. Many other things, partnerships, good work from the local level, Phoenix Global Rising, to the international level. And I just want to say to our global chamber friends and colleagues, with your leadership, we have scholarships, right, Doug, for our immersive programs that we'd love to have Global Chamber members join or recognize or connect others to. We have the 100 Million Learners Initiative. We have our policy work that we do together to open up borders and promote international trade and global business. So, looking forward, again, Global Chamber, Thunderbird, we have a lot more work to do, and it's going to be a great next, several years, if not more.
Borders that have trade have much fewer soldiers. I took the picture yesterday of the picture in the hallway there at Thunderbird, which is much more eloquent than what I just said. But the basic idea is as important as ever, that by increasing trade, we increase the amount of people around the world that understand each other across borders and have less need for arguing and anger, much more interest in mediation and getting along with each other, as trade tends to do. In the final moments, could you let our global chamber, global tribe know a little bit more about maybe what this means to them? The access to the education is unparalleled. We love being in the building itself. That's a great thing. And also the hubs. I met with Helen Wu yesterday and had a great conversation about the centers of excellence. The progress there from London to Tokyo, as you mentioned, is just so significant and so important. We look forward to collaborating with you there. We certainly will make sure that the global tribe is aware of all of these different activities. What final comments do you have about what you'd like to accomplish with Thunderbird, and also any additional things you'd like to say to the global tribe?
Well, just 3 things. As you started with, for us, it's about borders frequented by trade and diplomacy seldom needs soldiers, commerce and diplomacy for peace. And we believe that, again, like the 1920s and 30s that led to, unfortunately, World War II, and I hope we don't get to World War III, none of us want that. And then the founding of Thunderbird, we believe that we have to now, we're called to duty, right? The global tribe, global chamber, Thunderbird, we're called to duty again to bring the world together. And in this case, with a planet in peril with climate change. So we're all in to make a difference with great partners like the Global Chamber. Number 2, specifically for our wonderful members and partners and friends in the Global Chamber, there's a range of opportunities from coming in and joining with us for in-person degree programs here in Phoenix and Los Angeles, our great new space leadership business policy program in LA, DC, and around the world, all the way to the 100 Million Learners Initiative, right? And then the final thing I just say is, we've talked a little bit about this. I think at this point, after 4 years of intensity, which feels oftentimes like 40 years, as you know, I'm really being mindful of time and how precious time is. I think we all are. And the pandemic, has made that even more clear. And there's different types of time, right? There's our own personal lives and the time, how lives change as we get older and what we see and what becomes important. There's the time, of institutions. For Thunderbird, 75 years. And now looking out the next 75 years, and our vision is towards the Thunderbird Academy of Intergalactic Leadership, right? Our institutional time, right? And then there's, sort of global historical time. And these are all coming together very powerfully for me and us during this week. And so we're kind of reflecting, we're rejuvenating, we're rejoicing, And then we're ready to go, going forward towards the next 75 years. So thank you again, Doug, for your leadership, your friendship, your partnership, and the Global Chamber. We are one global tribe.
We share a mission and vision. And I think your point on time is just so critically important, that we need to have a sense of urgency to make change, whether it's the climate change, sustainability, business and trade, to overcome the challenges that the world has put in front of us. Thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for your collaboration. We look forward to many years of working together to make a difference in the world, and working together impatiently and hopefully creatively and innovatively. Thank you, Dean Khagram.
Global and unstoppable, Doug. Here we go. Thank you so much.